So wow, this is really surprising. Outriders just released a monster update, and guess what? It is absolutely free. It's called Outriders New Horizon. It includes so many changes to the core systems of the game. Highly requested features. Check this out. Expedition timers have been removed. They added 4 new expeditions for free to the game right now. Transmog system has been added. Tiago store has been reworked. Legendary loot drops and farming information changes. We're going to be going over all of this. It's a lot. Plus, they did tease the upcoming big expansion for Outriders. This one is called Worldslayer. It's coming up here in 2022. And there is going to be some sort of celebration package as well that you can get your hands on. So yes, a ton of stuff to dive into. Let's just get into it right now, shall we? So yeah, the new free update is available right now. Remember, the expansion is not going to be a part of this. That's separate. That's going to be coming up in 2022. Let's get into this new Horizon celebration package. First of all, it says, to celebrate the release of this update, we have prepared a special new Horizon celebration package for all players, including new demo players. Simply launch or download Outriders and start playing on any platform between November 16th, 3 p.m. and November 30th. You will then receive a free legendary armor item on your mod, most experienced characters inventory, or your stash within 24 to 48 hours. Let me just tell you what, I like free stuff. That's cool. So look out for that when you log into Outriders. Just remember those time frames right here, basically between November 16th through November 30th. All right, let's keep going now. Expedition timers have been removed right here. So they've updated that. We have some of the details right here. It says, why has this been done? Expeditions are no longer time restricted, and the timer has become optional in this new system. Finishing an expedition, regardless of how long it takes, will earn you the expedition reward. Why has this been done though? It says, previously, rewards for expeditions were granted based on how quickly you could complete an expedition. For most players, this meant forcing themselves into a specific DPS meta that stifled build diversity. So that's why they are doing this, to basically allow you a chance to really get into different builds. Now, it says this, as with the original expeditions, completing an expedition will grant item drops based on the challenge tier you complete at. However, the previous gold and silver and bronze reward levels have been scrapped in this new system. Finishing the expedition, regardless of how long it takes, will earn you that expedition reward, no matter how long it takes. I love it. I love to hear this. That is freaking awesome. They added this into the game. Now it says, as different expeditions have shorter or longer base completion times, the amount of gear and drop pod resources you can now receive has been scaled according to the average global level completion times, are data observed over the past few months. This change means that longer expedition levels such as Scorched Land will give you a greater amount of gear, while shorter expeditions such as Boomtown will give you slightly less gear. So that makes a lot of sense, and I think a lot of people will be happy about that change. Now it says, unpaid or free expeditions will continue to have their base bonus reward, but all paid expeditions paid for with drop pod resources will offer an increased rarity bonus reward. Scaling off the bonus reward according to challenge tiers remains as previously. This scaling has been implemented, so that you can play any expedition and feel rewarded for the time you've invested into it, rather than feeling like longer or paid for expeditions are not an efficient enough farming method. So nice changes right there. All around, it sounds like expeditions as a whole, whether they're short, paid for, or whatever, are going to be worthwhile. At least I hope. We'll see how this works, when we actually played, of course. Now it says, the new reward structure was developed using analytics data from median player completion time. For challenges, we have adjusted the amount of rewards based on that data. We have not based the reward structure on top player completions. The cost of paid for expeditions will now also scale with tiers, and they will therefore naturally also provide higher rewards and chance for legendary and epic items relevant to their length when compared to free expeditions. This scaling means that a player's average legendary item per X time frame will be relatively consistent across all expeditions, thus giving you more options to enjoy different expeditions. The highest reward in the new system will be as follows. A completion of the Eye Storm on tier 15 will provide 4 times 50% chance for legendary items plus 1 guaranteed legendary drop from the selected reward. You will additionally have the possibility to receive a legendary item via the bonus rewards. To demonstrate this, we've pulled out a few different expeditions and their reward structures under the new systems and have shown them in the table below. So you guys, I'm going to showcase this right here. You can pause the video, rewind, what have you, or I'm going to throw the links in the description below so you can take a look at what they have actually done. They said the timer for expeditions can still be turned on in your HUD settings menu via the enabled expedition timer setting. However, enabling this option will not affect the rewards you receive, but is there for your own tracking and speed running purposes. So it's just there for, I guess, like a vanity type thing. If you're interested in the timer still, if you want to show off or something like that, you can do that still. Now let's continue onward. Let's talk about the 4 brand new expeditions. They are highlighted in this video right here as well. Now it says what has been done. They've added 4 new expeditions, and they're new and massive, they describe it, taking you to previously unexplored areas of Enoch. Why has this been done? With the wealth of cool new stuff being added and great changes to made to Outriders, we wanted to ensure that you also have a few new playgrounds to try everything in a fresh setting, if I could speak, excuse me. These new expeditions should also tide you over till the release of our upcoming expansion, Worldslayer. As you could probably tell, I'm kind of excited to see that they've done so much to the game, to be blunt. Now, let's keep going. Now, it says this right here, give me the details. Each expedition features an exciting mini story connecting you to with the characters and events experienced in the main campaign. That's cool to hear. I'm curious to see what these mini stories are actually like. Even new expedition players will already have access to the first of the 4 fresh expeditions, with the others unlocking at challenge tier 4, 8, and challenge tier 12. So that's cool. You know, honestly, I think that's very wise they did that, because if you're a brand new player, you still have something to look forward to, you know, something that's going to be unlocking. So that's great, at least in my opinion. Molten Depths. Let's talk about that one. It says, we'll send you back to the Eagle's Peak when a drop pod signal activated. Dunham investigated and found a hidden power station. In order to take it back online, she wants you to clear out the station from any unwanted tenants, no matter the size, shape, or form. We have the City of Nomads as well in the Marshall Complex. Last but not least, the Wellspring. So yes, these are going to be the expeditions you can go on as well. And again, this update is pretty much available right now, most likely by the time you're watching this video. But we need to talk about also the Transmog system. This is really cool. So let's talk about what has been done with the system. They did show it off in this video here. It says, we've added a brand new transmorphoration system in Outriders. This allows you to change the visual aspect of an item to that of another item while maintaining the mods and stats of the original gear piece. For weapons, this also includes all sounds. Transmogging is entirely free and can be done practically at any time. No convoluted systems, MTX, or in-game resource required. Why has this been done? A transmog system was one of the most requested features we saw about in the community after launch, as we do not have the requirements of a live service game. We do not need to rely on a system like Transmog to nickel and dime players. This is why we've made it as simple, straightforward, and player friendly as possible. Noise. It says Transmog is accessed through a new tab in the customization menu as well as through a shortcut in a given item's detail view screen. Opening the Transmog menu will give you access to all collected and available looks for the given item. In this menu, you are able to preview and either apply a transmog look to the given item or even apply the same transmog set in one go. From now on, any gear item you find in Outriders will be automatically added to your transmog library. Love it. All items that are currently in your stash and inventory have been added into your transmog library. They are not messing around with this at all. They are really going for it. Now, furthermore, they go on to say the following here. Your transmog library spans across your entire account and is not character specific. Any designs found on a new character will be added to the global account transmog library. You will only need to collect items once and will then be able to apply their transmog effects in an unlimited amount of times. Any item can be transmogged an unlimited amount of times as well. Transmog is only possible within the same gear categories. Example, automatic shotguns into automatic shotguns. That makes a lot of sense. Transmog items have an extra icon on their item view, to identify them as, guess what? Transmogged. Then it says this, transmog items retain the color shading of the original gear piece. If you make a legendary gear piece look like a common gear piece, for example, the background color shading will remain legendary gold. How many more times can we write the word transmog in this section, they say. We've also added 11 new skins to the game, 1 per weapon class for you to hunt down. You won't be able to obtain these from standard drops though. A little exploration will be in order. Interesting. I'm wondering if that means we should be exploring the new expeditions, perhaps? At least that's going to be my theory. Now, furthermore, let's keep going. We're going to be talking a little bit about Tiago, our best friend, because his store has been completely updated. Now it says what has been done. Tiago's store has been overhauled. It still sells legendary gear, but now offers 2 additional options. Reroll the available legendary gear on offer, purchase a mystery legendary gear piece. Both of these options will cost drop pod resources. While we're greatly improved the overall legendary drop changes in system since Outriders launched, we're aware that players will still would have liked a system that could improve their chances of acquiring very specific items. Tiago's store rework alongside the Eye of the Storm reward changes are both part of our steps towards making the hunt for legendaries more fun, while also making better use of drop pod resources. Now it says re-rolling Tiago's offer of legendary gear as well as the mystery legendary purchase will be based on RNG. Re-rolling Tiago's offer will always generate 3 weapons and 4 armor pieces. Furthermore, it goes on to say this, both options do not have a limit to how often they can be done. Rerolling Tiago's offer of legendary will require drop. Okay, then it says this was chosen so that players have a reason to collect drop pod resources and also play the game. By simply playing expeditions, you will collect enough drop pod resources to maintain a good cadence with checking in Tiago and refreshing his offering if need be. We didn't want to put Tiago's store on a timer-based refresh system as this felt too passive and could require players to have to keep checking back over many weeks or months rather than being able to complete the game at their own pace. The cost of drop pod resource required for refreshing and the mystery purchase will rise alongside the level of an item that you will be able to purchase. This continues to be based on your challenge tier progress. The minimum level of legendary items found in Tiago's store has also been reduced from 45 to 35 so that players can access it sooner after completing the campaign and getting into expeditions. Mystery purchases do not have a minimum level, so you will always be able to equip it regardless of your level. The cost of regular items sold by Tiago has also been lowered. So there you have it. Now, after reading all of this, I do wonder if eventually in the future they will be making changes to basically the single player story, giving us even more reason to revisit that. We're hearing reasons why we want to actually get into, the expeditions, these new expeditions, but I'm curious to see if they are going to change up things with hunting missions and things like that. Now let's talk about this one right here. This is going to be a long video, everyone. Now we're going to talk about legendary loot drops and farming information and changes. It says this section includes information from other sections here, but it's also designed to pull together the essential information. All right. So New Horizon Edition, the Eye of the Storm now include a pick and choose legendary item reward. Wow, nice. You'll be able to choose one of 3 gear pieces, 2 armor pieces, and 1 weapon upon completion, with your options being randomly pulled directly from the full loot pool. Now this is cool. This is really nice. It's something that we all really wanted to see. Now it says New Horizon Edition. Tiago's store has been overhauled. It still sells legendary gear, but now offers 2 additional offers. We already went over that. It says New Horizon change. With the removal of timers, the rewards received for completing expedition has been rebalanced in order to make all expeditions feel viable and rewarding. Okay, legendary drop rates across the board were increased by 100%, by the way. Legendary anti-duplication system implemented June patch and improved in the August patch. The system is designed to improve, not guarantee the chances. This is stuff that's already been entered into the game. Great quality of life changes to the game for sure. But let's get into some of the changes to the gear and legendary sets, shall we? It says we partnered with the unofficial Outriders Outpost app to ensure that these changes are already live in the app. Okay. The health available on armor pieces has been increased greatly, and rebalance is now possible to effectively double character health by using certain gear pieces. That was in the June patch, excuse me. So we have trickster changes as well. It seems like a lot of this stuff has already been commented on in previous patches, I assume. So we have Technomancer changes as well. Well, actually, as you can see, we do have little notes here. No, this is new, because this is the New Horizon. So, okay, let's get into it. Trespasser set. A new set bonus has been added to the existing bonus. The existing bonus is player characters inside Slow Trap cannot die. The additional new set bonus is increased damage by 6% per enemy affected by a deception skill. Additionally, players can't die inside slow trap. Nice. Technomancer, New Horizon changes to the torrential downpour set. The extra cluster bombs spawned by the set bonus of the torrential downpour set have had their deployment time reduced. A bug that was preventing an extra mine's deployment after direct hit was also fixed. Grim Inventor set has seen some changes as well. Let me see how, oh wow, this is long. So they've made changes to the Devastator, the Marshal set, Statue set as well. Death Proof has seen changes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a lot of this in the link down below, but I'm also going to highlight this here so you guys can pause and see what has changed here. But yeah, it seems like there's been changes to basically every class and a lot of these sets if you want to dig into this for yourself, because I know a lot of you guys like specific armor sets, and God, it's so cool that we have the Transmog now. So basically you can go in there and from what they said in the trailer and basically wear a Pyromancer set on a Devastator. That's what they said, so that could be cool. Now there are also some changes to mods. This actually includes information about all changes to mods made. Okay, so we have New Horizon changes as well. Let's see how long-winded this is. Look at this. Oh my god, dude, tons of changes. Again, I'm going to throw the links in the description below, but it says the mechanics of Fortress have been reworked. The new description in effect is now shots increase your current armor and resistance by 5%, stacking up to 3 times. At maximum stacks, the buff is doubled and additionally grants 30% damage increase for 10 seconds. The cooldown between stacks is 0.2 seconds. Then it goes on to say this. The cooldown mechanics of all mods are now universal cooldowns. Cooldowns for mods are now set to per character rather than per mod instance. It says this. The main effect of this change is that it is no longer possible to cycle through and trigger the same mod effect within a very short space of time. In order to compensate for potential damage reductions as a result of this change, the below mods have all been buffed. So we have a buff. Okay, interesting. This basically helps out with the changes as well. So tons of stuff have been buffed. Radiation Splash has been increased by 208%. You guys can pause the screen and take a look at some of this stuff. By all means, please do. There is so much that has changed with this game. My God. Most impressive indeed. So this New Horizon update, as you can see, is no joke at all. But let's keep going, because I know they have some other things. They changed some of the class trees around. Believe it or not, it says changes to class trees. We partner with an unofficial Outriders app. Okay. All classes. Class skill nodes that grant AP bonus have been increased to granting 10% AP. Previously, it was 6%. Trickster. Disruption Shield. The shield provided by using Deception skill has been increased from 20% to 50%. Man, another cool buff. Profit Squared. The healing provided by this node has been increased from 5% to 10% per ammo picked up. We have some Technomancer changes. Sidearm Adept. The weapon damage bonus provided by this node has been increased from 12% to 20%. Pyromances changed to Steady Fire to Sidearm Adept. Another buff, as you can see right here. These have both been increased. A Devastator, Profit Squared, Steady Hands. The healing provided by this node has been increased by 5 to 10%. We have an increase on Steady Hands, 30 to 40% as well. And then they have some bug fixes here as well. The bug that resulted in the Pyromancer's gifted class node not granting its bonus properly has been fixed and addressed. So yeah, not only are they updating the game's mechanics, they're fixing bugs along the way. Also, you can now skip that annoying intro that has plagued Outriders. I don't know why that video was paused, but anyway, that has plagued Outriders, so that's great. They have some quality of life changes right here. They added a quick mark functionality to vendors, improved the readability of mod descriptions, especially when viewed on a large TV or monitor, reduced the volume of background audio on certain menu and loading screens, greatly improved sign-in speeds, fixed the inventory wipe bug and restored lost gear to affected characters, Yeah, so a lot of this is previously done stuff as well. So they've been really hard at work on Outriders. Kudos to the team for working so hard on this and not abandoning Outriders. I'm honestly hyped to see what they do with the expansion, considering all these new systems have been put in place. And, you know, that means really good news, I personally think, for the expansion. Now, again, it's going to be interesting to see if they revisit the open world-ish type stuff like hunts, the side missions, and make them something that matter more. We'll see what happens. But there it is, guys. The latest happenings around Outriders. I did not expect to be making an Outriders video today, but yeah, a surprise update from them today. So hop back in, let me know what you think of it, and I will keep you guys updated. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time. Take care.